Okay, let's see. Hello, everyone, and welcome everyone from the OS Discord. So Malarthy is to blame for all of this happening right now, as Malarthy told me that there was going to be a sequel to Open Sorcery, which he was also the person to blame for me playing that. All right, welcome, Chris Julia. Yeah, Malarthy is very much to blame. He is the person who's just constantly to blame. Also, what is this? What is this I'm reading right now? Amnesia, ableism, breaking bones, depression, suicide, violence. Okay. Fairly standard. And 25% of the developer's revenue from this game goes to the first year of the Navajo Water Project. I need to find out what this is. If this is a environmentalist thing, I love it. Oh no, I haven't played Jingle Bells. I forgot that was a thing. Ooh. Ooh, I am all for this. Okay, that's actually really cool. I'm just gonna close everything on the other screen real quick. Especially Nicolas Cage wants cake. Oh, okay, okay. I was super scared, Malarthy, that you were actually telling the truth there because I don't know when you're telling a fib or you're being serious, and I'm very scared of spoiling this for myself. Anyway, let's continue. Oops. There we go. Yes, let's start. The first thing I remember is pain. Target found. Snapping, brittle, blooming pain. Something's heading towards you. The pain fills my body. Invalid existence detected. The pain is too big for my body. Surface, now! The body is a small cup under a waterfall. Invalid existence deleted. There is no room for me in my body. So I leave my body. Danger. Astral form reaching edge of tether. And danger. Astral form no longer connected to body. Fall. My spirit, the bits of me beyond muscle and bone, fall. Entering surface web. Through the web. The web. The place below the real world, a place of thoughts, spirits, and dreams, all connected. And this is why freediving is dangerous. You'll give me a backgrounder when I hit the relevant point. Okay, cool. I still want to play Bells. She hates that he loves her. They know this. It fears them. This is the web. The connections make the web. Entering web. I am connected to my family, to my friends, to my beliefs. One by one, the threads break, too weak to hold me at this velocity. Some threads snap cleanly, but some are strong and deep, so instead of them breaking, they break off a piece of me. I lose my past, my name, my mind. Pieces of me drift in all directions as I fall deeper into the web. Deeper, yet deeper, The air is thick with threads. They become softer, melting together. Strong connections are currents. It is a web and an ocean. I cannot see. No connection to hardware. I cannot think. No connection to brain. I can only fall. Finally, I land. Heinrich Zimmer, limitless and immortal. The waters are beginning and end of all things on earth. Jessica Katoff. She is made up of depths even the ocean couldn't fathom. Mrpedia entry, the web. A subconscious network of human consciousness, composed of sympathetic relationship threads that form a web-like structure, spiritually located beneath the physical world. At the bottom of a dark sea, I lie among my broken dreams. It is dark. I weep. That hurts so much. I feel so very empty. I choke on a sob and start coughing. When I am done, I weep some more. My tears vanish into the seawater as soon as I cry them. Just a few more drops in the ocean. Very soon, I am sick of crying. I stop, exhausted. It is dark. I cannot bear to move. If I move, I might hurt again. Lying still in the darkness, I am as close to not existing as I can be without death. It's comforting in a way I would normally find disturbing. It is dark. I sit up and feel around. In the sand around me, I discover the sharp edges of broken dreams. Dreams are both the most breakable and the most durable part of the mind. Like ceramics, they crumble or shatter, but the pieces will endure for archaeologists to wonder over. My dreams fell with me. I don't believe what they are. I don't remember what they are. The dark is absolute. I search the sand with my fingertips. There are so many shards. Broken pieces that were once beautiful, still are beautiful in a sort of sad way. If I find enough pieces, I can put them back together. Learn who I am. Continue. Oh, what? Oh, I may have forgotten to turn something off. Hold up. Huh. Actually not sure where that came from. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I forgot to... Somehow that got switched back on. The dark is absolute. I search the sand with my fingertips. Oh, right. I find enough pieces I can put them back together. Learn who I am. The darkness of the ocean. The water around me is cold, still, and pure black. The sand here is pitted with sharp stones. Dream shards. The shards are light and dry. Somewhere between dead leaves and bone fragments. My fingers tingle as I touch them. They sparkle in my mind's eye. Familiar. I can tell the difference between my dreams and dull pebbles. I collect all the pieces of this dream. I think it is an important dream, since it stayed with me for so long, and landed so near. Now I must figure out how to piece it back together. A jigsaw puzzle of memory. Motive and mysticism with math. I see the spaces in my mind where spells belong. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay. I remember magic. I remember guiding the impossible into the inevitable with a light hand. I tame spirits with scripts. I master matter, motive, and mysticism with math. I see the spaces in my mind where spells belong. I think this order is correct. I remember magic. I am an open sorcerer. Oh, I want my magic back. Discovered parts of a spell, Salva Mundi. Manifest text. Salva Mundi was a simple program, one of my first. It creates glowing letters. Those would be useful right now. They'd let me see. Well, I found the memory of the spell. Perhaps I can find the memory of how to cast it. Hello! Hello! How are you, Underlake? This is our first time playing as well. You are unfamiliar with these streams, so just let me tell you that this is sort of what I do. I do a lot of story, just a lot of reading aloud, and actually I have various story times that occur. I haven't actually done one of those in a long time. Maybe I should do more. Yeah, I remember you from the Discord. You are the real Underlake, I see, instead of the false Underlake. That particular individual is a imposter who is stealing your name. I wonder what they're doing with it. Do you think they're taking it out for dinner? Or would that be kidnapping? There are no more dreams in this patch of sand. I'll have to search elsewhere. I still can't see anything. Guess I'll just pick a direction and walk. Misspelling it would be the cruelest torture. Indeed it would. I can feel an indent in the sand where I landed. There are tiny pits where my dreams rained down. Let's take a look to the east. I try to stand and walk. My right leg buckles. There's a ghost of remembered pain. I collapse back to the sand. I rub my leg. It aches. Spiritual forms are based on body and memory, or body memory. My body must be hurt. Permanently hurt. So much that it's part of my identity. I can't put my weight on my right leg. Lucky for me, I'm underwater. I don't need to walk. I can swim. The water is dark. I hear something. How long have you been a fan of the Open Sorcery bunch? I never played Jingle Bells, so this is the second time that I've seen anything from this. But I've seen Abigail's work before this. Thanks to a certain Malarthy, who is probably still in chat somewhere. I hear crying. Hello? The sound of crying stops. There's a pause. Then there's a speech. This voice is rough and has the telltale lisp of a not quite human mouth. You played Open Sorcery first around August of 2020. Oh, so you're fairly recent. The original's just so good and very much worth playing multiple times. I got a whole bunch of the endings. I didn't want to stream the entire game though, because I felt like if I did, it would rob people of a reason to play this. And simply put, I could not forgive myself if I did that. Who are you? I've lost my name. I am sorry. I know a thing or 10 of loss. A name is hard to lose. Are you crying because of loss? I cry because I have found a dream of swimming free through the web. I weep because this dream of freedom reminds me that I am chained. It is so beautiful, but its beauty tears my heart to pieces. But I cannot look away. Yeah, Malorthy was saying there's something from Jingle Bells in this that I'm unfamiliar with. I should have done that during the Halloween streams. I didn't think about that. A certain Malorthy forgot to mention. That would have been a fantastic Christmas game. And don't count in how long you've been playing OS Conversations. Because you work for and am a friend with Abigail. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Are you one of the testers, I assume? Oh, an editor. Gotcha. Well, I've loved the 2 Abigail games that I've played. And you did Jingle Bells. Okay. I also did 16 Ways to Kill a Vampire at McDonald's, which was great. That was one of the ones that I did for Halloween. Where are we? How are you chained? I am chained by my master's will. 10 seasons ago, measured by the color of the coral and the digital clocks in my master's shop. 10 seasons ago, I swam where I wanted. I could beach myself on the shores of Fairy, flirt with the phoenixes in their academy, or peek into the world of men. 10 seasons ago, I lost those places and found only this darkness. 10 seasons ago, I lost my skin. While you didn't edit the original, you did work at Abigail's booth at PAX West when it came out. Oh, wait. Is PAX West the one in Seattle? That is the one in Seattle, correct? Oh. I had no idea. I was there and I missed it. Wait. I was at PAX. I've got a PAX thing around here somewhere. Unless I ended up throwing it away. I don't keep the badges very long. They don't really have much sentimental value to me. Yeah, I might have thrown it away. I'm not going to look for it now. But I was at a PAX. And I'm wondering if there was an opportunity to visit, because I love these games. And I was actually I was on a team that was doing very similar stuff to this, so this has both a professional and just a personal interest for me. because I love the writing in them. This is something that I don't think you see in enough games. Such a intense narrative focus that takes away the sight aspect. Yeah, we're never gonna get anything done if I keep getting distracted. It was some years ago. She got a spot in the indie mega booth when OS1 came out. Okay. You're a Selkie. You know what I am. Then you know that a Selkie's skin is their soul. It is my fur and my muscles and my tail. The tools I need to rise from this miserable place. But Master stole it from me, and I must stay here and serve him. Oh, I've heard this story. That's unfortunate. It is what it is. This dream gives me a brief escape, though it hurts me with longing for true escape. Did I say something wrong, Malarthy? Should I have been more brutal? I said something moderate. Okay. I need that dream, though. It's part of me. It is only one memory. You have others. I want this one. It reminds me of life before my chains. So you'll take away a piece of me and trap me in the dark. You're just like your master. No! I can feel the water tremble as the Selkie flits unhappily back and forth. Fine. Take your memory. It is too painful to look at anyway. I will go back to looking for darkness and dreaming my own dreams. I am not like my master. No, you are not. Thank you. The water vibrates with rapid movement, and he is gone. It is indeed a dream of freedom, a sort of freedom that would tempt a Selkie. It's all in pieces, though, damaged by the fall. I'll have to sort it out. Okay. I like this idea. So let's see. I discovered the web, a new world below the world. I discovered I could swim. I could swim in other people's dreams. When I became a sorcerer. Wait. I can not only walk but fly. I'm not going to read this out until we actually get through. But this is just a gold mine for me because I tend to stick towards narrative stuff. And of course, these are very rare. Something like this, I mean. I discovered the web, a new world below the world. I discovered I could swim in other people's dreams. I've never felt less like a cripple and more like a bird. I'm swimming. In water, I am free. Nothing aches. My legs can carry me. I can not only walk, but fly. I've always loved normal water. My father called me Little Fish. My form handle is Pisces. I think this is the first one. Followed by this one. Followed by this one. Yes, I think this is good. I am swimming. In water, I am free. Nothing aches. My legs can carry me. I can not only walk, but fly. I have always loved normal water. My father called me Little Fish. My forum handle is Pisces. My name. When I became a sorcerer, I discovered the web, a new world below the world. I discovered I could swim in other people's dreams. I've never felt less like a cripple and more like a bird. I remember part of a spell. Another part of Salve Mundi. Pisces. Ah! Gather more light. Alright. Glowing text, right? There's light here. Small motes of moving light. Not enough to illuminate anything, but it's refreshing to see something. It's a school of lantern fish. They eat secrets. They glow to attract attention, and then try to persuade unwary divers to give them personal information. Normally I'd be wary of being mesmerized, but these are very young, and have not learned how to hunt effectively. Right now, the lanternfish are scattered into small groups around the edges of this area, keeping their distance from me. Squeeze dead fish. No. No, that's what it wants. What is your true nom? Lanternfish have collected back into a school. They weave back and forth in hypnotic patterns. I take care not to stare too long. I can have social suckerdinum. Oh, what? The lanternfish have grown more accustomed to me and venture closer, trying to catch my eye with their patterns. Please go to yourbank.com and give monies, please. Okay, I don't think they're doing anything else. I grab a lanternfish. Its schoolmates scatter, but it wriggles, trapped in my grasp. I can harvest the matter light from its body. Not enough to see by, but enough to power a spell. Only as much as I need. I hold the fish still. I touch the tip of my right index finger to the glowing sac on its side. Bioluminescence, chemiluminescence, luciferin, luciferase, light. You gained 1 light. Its light dims, but does not go out. I release it and it darts away. I know squeeze fish. Oh man, I should totally go to yearbank.com. There is actually a yearbank.com and it is for sale. Darkness of the ocean, northeast. This space is dark. The fish have gone. Hold up. Compile. Requires one more code block. Something on the ground glimmers with familiarity. Not visibly, in my mind's eye. It's another dream. Or perhaps a memory. A false distinction. Memories are dreams of the past. I feel its jagged edges and realize this is only a fraction of a larger dream. I'll have to find the rest of this dream before I can see if there's any magic in it. But right now, I can hold this dream to my chest and see what it has to tell me. Huh. The steps are breaking. My foot hits ice flush with concrete. Or I am running to school. My foot hits ice flush with concrete. The world lurches. I land on my leg. My bag. All my textbooks land on top of me. The ground here is hard stone. I discover a crack in the stone. I feel drawn to it. A tingle of familiarity tells me that a piece of me has fallen down here. I reach inside. The hole narrows as it deepens, the stone walls scratching my hand. My fingertip brushes the edge of one of my dreams. I'm gonna see if we can't find something. The water around me is cold, still, and pure black. I hear scratching noises. I can tell a piece of me is close. I hear the scratching of chitinous feet. There are creatures I can't see creeping on the sand here. My dream is somewhere on the ground with the creeping creatures. Oh. As I grasp my dream, my hand brushes rough carapace. Something hooks around my palm and pinches hard enough to draw blood. Lost 2 health. Shit, I have health! It's probably metaphorical since this isn't my body, but I'd still better not let it reach 0. I pull back, tearing more skin, but getting free. I press the dream to my chest, letting the memories and thoughts flow into me. I still need more pieces to complete this dream. Well, you would, Malarthy. You would definitely warn them, Mr. QA. Oh. The sand is rough with debris, chips of wood, bits of metal, pieces of a shipwreck. I find a mound that I can search through. Click and drag to highlight a word. You can make the word searches skippable in options. Okay. While searching the debris, I find a stick. It's a splinter of wood, as long as my forearm and thin as my thumbnail. Fragile, but might be useful for something. What are the rules on the word searches? Can words be backwards? Up, down, left, right? Can they be sideways? So we found the stick. The stick is narrow enough to fit inside the crack. I wedge it under my dream and lever it out. The stick catches on the stone and snaps into 2 useless pieces. But I have my dream. I press the dream to my chest, letting the memories and thoughts flow back into me. Okay, cool. I'm fine with it if it goes backwards. I just don't usually, or I haven't done word searches in ages anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it goes backwards. I'd still probably be equally bad. It's just good to know the rules. You just tend to keep resetting the searches until they were obvious. How big can they get? Collected 3 parts of this dream. I found all of the pieces of this memory. It's time to assemble it. Oh, this is a smaller one. Okay. Oh, wow. Never mind. This is also a much easier one. I'm running to school. My foot hits ice flush with the concrete. The world lurches. I land on my leg. My bag, all my textbooks land on top of me. Pain. There are 5 steps to breaking a bone. 1. The crack of pain. 2. Speckles of light before my eyes. 3. I want to vomit. 4. My leg is wrong. 5. I realize there will be another 6 months of wearing a cast. 6 months of sitting in the bleachers, watching the other children run. I've broken so many bones. I'm so tired. I'm running to school. Yep. I remember part of a spell. Discovered part of a spell, Salva Mundi. Alright. Now that we have the spell and the light to power it, you can now cast Salva Mundi. I have a spell. I can cast it whenever I like. I think I would like to cast it now. Of course it's a hello world. I'm not even mad. I'm sitting on the bottom of the ocean. Not the physical ocean. This is the spiritual sea of thoughts and feelings that exist below the material world. The space that souls go to dream. Birthplace of spirits. C++. Look at myself. I am a woman. I found the name Pisces in one of my memories. I will use that for now. But the creases and scars I judge myself to be in my, or by the creases and scars I judge myself to be in my late 30s or early 40s. I'm wearing loose clothing that is indistinct enough to imply I do not care very much about it. A blue scarf is wrapped around my head. There's something wrong with my right leg. I'm sitting at the bottom of the ocean. Not the physical ocean, This is the spiritual sea of thoughts and feelings that exists below the material world. The space the soul goes to dream. The birthplace of spirits. C++. My body must still be alive. My spirit wouldn't exist without a brain. Software can't exist without hardware. I would have fallen into my component parts. Earth, fire, water. Mostly water. What am I going to do? I can feel the absence of everything that I am. Phantom limb. Phantom self. Oh, I want to be me again. I want to know my favorite drink and if I'm in love and whether I like pistachios. Pieces of me are scattered everywhere, around and above me. I'll find my spells in them. That will help. My first objective would be to find a web ship. You need a boat to travel the physical sea. You need a web ship to travel this sea. Now that I have light, I can look around and see what I can find. Oh. Okay. We actually have... Huh. I stand on a plain of gray sand, a desolation of damp desert. There is a patch of disturbed sand where I landed. A trail of footprints leads south. The footprints are five-toed and tipped with dots that imply claws. The indent curves between the prints, snake-like. A tail, I would guess. They lead up to the debris where I found that stick and then depart to the south. The gray sand on the abyssal plain ends abruptly and absolutely at a cliff edge to the south. I look over the cliff edge. Below, there's only utter blackness. There are those who say if you go deep enough, you begin to rise again. There are stories of a web beyond ours populated by alien dreams, twisted network threads of strange material whose origins lie in another world. You know, Cthulhu. The footprints continue to the west. The footprints are five-toed and... Oh, okay. The Packet Rat's shop. I'm standing outside of a curious building. From one end of the ramshackle house, a dark net extends into the abyss. A neon sign glows. This sign has been cobbled together from many other different neon signs. Packet Rat's Emporium of gently used second-hand items. I'm standing outside of a curious building. From one end of the ramshackle house, a dark net extends into the abyss. A dark net is a spiritual weave of sable thread and unresolved IP addresses. It filters the matter out from the normal darkness, or the matter dark out from the normal darkness. It also acts as a net. Most of this junk probably came from trawling. I suppose I'm lucky I didn't get caught in one of these during my fall. The building is made of things that are not building material. One side is constructed entirely of desktop computer towers, stacked like bricks. The rest of the walls are tabletops, web ship hull plating, and broken flat-screen TVs, all duct-taped together. They are tiny windows made of tablet screens. There are tiny windows made of tablet screens. Inside, I see more junk. Might as well enter. This is the most random store I've ever been in. There's everything from cracked VR headsets to dented floppy drives. It's hard to tell the wares from the walls since the building is made of the junket petals. In the center of it all is a rat the size of a mastiff. He's wearing bifocals and typing on an old computer. He looks up as I enter. I'm curious how you guys ended up getting the art for this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Packet Rat's Emporium of gently used second-hand items. We offer quality merchandise at ocean floor prices. Please have a look around and let me know if anything interests you. I'm sure we can make a deal. I'm surrounded by mounds of junk. The Packet Rat types on its old computer. There's a sealed glass case at the back of the shop. It's marked Specials. Is the darknet outside yours? It is. The matter dark is something of a specialty of my establishment. I provide only the deepest darkness, midnight black, onyx abysses. Makes coal look like snow. Dark is actually my primary revenue stream, and my original reasons for my choice of location. Who do you sell to? Oh, a variety of spiritual entities. Fairy nobility, barons of hell, some open sorcerers. Interesting. And how do you make deliveries? I have an arrangement with the Kraken. She comes by regularly. Does she take passengers? You know, I don't know. It doesn't hurt to ask. The next scheduled pickup is in 5 months. Ugh, never mind. You know what? I'm going to turn off the YouTube side of those. There we are. Okay, I don't really have any inventory items, right? I just have Salvamundi. I can't imagine you get much foot traffic down here. Oh, you would be surprised. When web ships crash, where do they go? Down here. And what do they need? Spare parts for their ships. And who has that? Me. You may have noticed the area has few commercial alternatives to my humble establishment. The high demand, coupled with minimal competition, makes this a surprisingly lucrative location. My prices follow from that. So you extort disaster victims. No. That doesn't sound right at all. I provide an important valued service in a convenient location. My markups are perfectly reasonable given the market. One must respect the market. You understand? I think I do. I'm glad you understand. Huh. Most of this stuff is the sort of ruined trash you'd expect to see in a junk shop at the bottom of the sea. Meaning, none of it works, but there are parts that could be repurposed for something else. There are a lot of webship parts. Everything from hull plating to engine parts. I discover a hidden gem among some old Sierra adventure game floppy disks. Oh, nice! In spiritual form, yeah! Sierra never dies, it just goes to the sea. A USB flash drive, but no ordinary USB stick. I can tell from the patterns of runes on the side and the aura of constricted earth and order that it radiates from it. This is a USB drive of holding. To use it, all I have to do is tap this against an object. That object will be digitalized and uploaded into the drive. I can then download it back into the world whenever I want. This one says 5 F or G on the side. That means it can carry up to 5 refrigerators. I don't know what I was expecting. That's the standard metric for USB drives of holding. Oh god, I miss this. This is exactly what I need to transport heavy web ship parts. I doubt the packet rat will know what this is, or he'd be featuring it as a special. I should definitely buy it. Huh. What else would you use to measure how much your bag USB stick of holding holds? I don't know. Cats? 5 CAT? How many cats could you put into a bag? Alternatively, the number of skeletons. For you see, the number of skeletons that you can place in a bag is a very important metric for your average necromancer. A sealskin robe. A gray sealskin robe is tucked into the far corner of the specials case. Unlike other items, it's not in the light. Its presence in the box looks queerly unintentional. How much does it cost? Oh, that's actually not for sale. Not your fault. Common confusion. I just keep it there because it's the most secure place in the shop. Are you sure I can't persuade you to part with it for an exorbitant amount of money? Well, when you put it that way, yes, I suppose I would. Let's see. I suppose I could let it go for 1,000 dark. Obviously, the Selkie would find more than that over his lifetime, but it would be advantageous to have cash on hand. Buy it. I realize I won't be able to carry this while swimming around. I'll need to buy the USB drive of holding first. How much is it? How would I find dark? The height of simplicity. Presuming you have experience manipulating matter and motive. I seem to. Then simply go out into the abyssal plane and search for patches of darkness. Examine them closely, and you'll find cloths of particularly thick black that you can pluck out. I will be happy to sell you almost anything in my shop in exchange for them. Huh. Wait, okay, other question for Julia, especially. Is 16 Ways to Kill a Vampire at McDonald's a part of the open sorcery universe? A shitty looking engine. This is the shabbiest, grimiest webship engine I have ever seen. It remains, however, an intact and apparently functional webship engine. A worn and patched web sail is arranged in a dramatic drape inside this specials box. It's really nothing special, but it is a sail. Oh, so I was wondering if 16 Ways to Kill a Vampire at McDonald's was part of the open sorcery universe. Or is this something that I should be asking Abigail? Okay, well, let's go get some dark, I guess. Hello? What do you want, human? The packet rat offered to sell me your skin for 1,000 pieces of dark. That's an impossible sum. I could spend the rest of my life, and I don't know if I could find so much. I think that's what he intended. Why have you told me this spiteful, impossible thing? Do you know of a way to counterfeit darkness? You're a trickster? I would like to see him fooled. The Selkie thinks for a while. There are spiders at the bone coral forest. They spin imitations of whatever they see. Perhaps you could help with it. They could help with the trick. But beware the anglerfish who also lives there. There's at least a joking reference to OS in 16 ways, but you don't think she'd come... she's come down firm on whether they're actually in the same universe or not. Okay. I may ask later. Is there anything else that I can talk to the Selkie about? I want to help you. Do I need help? You are a slave. I know my own miseries. Will you add dashes of dashed hope to their number? You're not the first soul to come here with kind words and fine intentions. And you'll let bitterness blind you to possibility. You like to bully with your words. Yes, in fact, I think I shall be bitter. Better bitter and calm than sweet and grieving. Fair. Considering that I definitely pissed him off earlier. Huh. Wait, what did he say? In the bone coral forest. I don't know where that is. Not yet. A stripped web ship. The husk of a drowned web ship. This ship has been completely gutted. Sides stripped, innards extracted. Nothing left but the frame, which is made of intention and vision too stiff to be repurposed. I can't do anything with this. Yeah, I was gonna say. Bells very specifically brought back the dead. Am I just looking for water? Oh, okay, I see. Death is but a minor inconvenience. Let's see here. Okay. I was just curious. Am I just looking for the word water over and over? Looking for water-related words. Okay. Fluid. Gotcha. That makes sense now. So I should be looking for just words related to water. Look for splash. Okay. You know, if anyone sees something, feel free to mention it. I'm not going to be too put out if I can't find these, to be honest. Do you see it? I'm not seeing anything. Ah. Aha, they can be backwards. That's good to know. You see Zurn and Flage and Pew. Get a spell that makes this easier later. I'm not surprised. That seems like something that would fit. Does it re-roll this every time I find one too? Flood. I'm just looking around. There's one piece of water left. I thought I had fish. Does anyone see it? Anyone see any of them? I think that changing the colors up was a good idea too. Helps you differentiate between the various areas. Actually makes it surprisingly a little bit better for streaming, because you can tell someone what kind of color they're looking for to start a letter. Jazz. I'm not seeing anything. You see SOS and Lel. Yeah. Also, hello, Matt. I think that you are the first person from YouTube today. Welcome, welcome. I can, until it becomes obvious. But I'm trying to avoid that. I have Tom. Also Mott. Also Sot. And Toss. You found one? 2 over from Tom. Shit, now I need to remember. Okay. Ah! I see it. Good job. I've completely picked through this area. There are no more useful things to find. Well, we now have 3 fluids. A ghost paces restlessly back and forth across the sand. This ghost is large and billows with the vague implication of a cloak. It is indistinct except for what is clearly a sword clutched in its right hand. It turns in its pacing, and I spot something in its left hand. It's holding one of my memories. Ghosts are a slowly crumbling framework of old thought and stale feelings. This ghost is using my memories as a crutch to hold up its fading existence. clinging to scraps of my identity because it has none of its own. I could just take my memory, send the ghost back to the restless sleep of the not quite dead. That's not as bad as it sounds. It's debatable whether ghosts are conscious at all. Many consider them to be videos on repeat, with some ability to free associate. Wouldn't pass the Turing test. They say that exorcism is more upkeep than mercy. I could try to put it to rest. All ghosts want something, have some input that will satisfy their derelict emotional framework. Getting that input lets them do whatever it is souls do when they are done being alive. What should I do? Oh, what's Real Under Lake gonna do with those logs? There are 3 steps to setting ghosts to rest. 1, you wake them, so that you can see them and interact with them. But I can already see it, right? 2, you can tell details to remind them of their lives. This makes them aware of their surroundings. 3, you resolve whatever issue is keeping them as a ghost, which makes him disappear. Lucky me, my memories took care of that. 1 memory of every particular physical sense is standard and effective. You need to be aware of their surroundings to cooperate. Or they need to be aware of their surroundings to cooperate. Or even know the issue, okay. The first thing I need to do is figure out who this ghost was. I need to figure out 5 details, 1 for each physical sense, to tell to it that it will remind it of its life. To do what I can, examine the ghost itself, find its body, find out how it got here, and ask the sapient locals if they remember meeting it. Once I know more about the ghost, I can talk to it and tell it what I discovered. It never wanders too far from a half-buried body. A half-decomposed body, mostly skeleton. It clutches a sword in one hand. I find a mote of death clinging to the corpse. I try to pick up the sword. It bites me with magical energy. This is probably one of those if she be worthy situations. It's getting late where you are, so it's sleep time. I hope it... Oh, so we will probably be continuing this. Malorthy has put significant effort to make sure that this is the top of my big old list of games. And as long as it remains on top, we will continue. To think that something finally outstripped Disco Elysium. So we can't get the sword. I think we need the sword. The ghost is blanched white, but there's a splotch of red on its head, leaking down the body in rivulets, always bleeding. The ghost is... Oh, sorry. We already read that one. Can we talk to it? Excuse me. The ghost stops pacing, turns to face vaguely in my direction, and lifts its sword into an awkward guard. Who's there? Its words slur together strangely. What do you want? Carl. That's random. The ghost seems to be looking vaguely in my direction. Who are you? I'm apparently frustrated. The ghost brandishes its sword. I start to back away, but it seems finished. Apparently, that was my answer. How did you end up here? Oh! Whoa! Teethfish! The ghost abruptly hefts the spectral sword and slams it into the sand. It leaves an imprint. Dead! Then crash! The ghost stutters and its head lolls. It clutches at the blossom of red on its forehead. And what is your name? The silhouette of a body contorts with effort. This is a difficult question. Okay, don't hurt yourself. I'm going to help you. The ghost doesn't respond to that. It probably doesn't have enough experience with being offered help to free associate effectively. Okay. A desolation of damp desert. There's a cloud of opaque blackness floating in the air. Well, there's this. I found one dark. This one is literally just dark, I guess. And then one more? Somewhere around here. I was thinking of deep, but that's not a thing. There is more than dark? Okay. Well, I guess starting with 2 dogs was a good way to start. Does anyone else see anything? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, let's try another one. I keep wanting to do gloom, but nothing's ever in the right order. Like, I see like the GLOOM. Not sure what I'm looking for. Didn't really think so. That might scare the dark away, to be honest. No, we need all the dark, goddammit. I refuse. I refuse to just wander off. Jome must be a dark word. No, it's not. Hey, there's more toms. And laser. Well, laser. All words are at least 4 characters. Okay. Sable? Where are you seeing that one? Also, is Sable related to Derp? Sable. Ah, I see it. Hey, there we go. I'm actually not sure what sable means. It's a name for a color black. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. Huh. I've completely picked through this area. There is no more useful things to find. That one would have taken me forever if I didn't have chat. A hurt octopus! Oh no. There's a strange white lump near the base of the seamount. On closer inspection, I discover that the white lump is a huge octopus, albino white and translucent. It has pressed itself into the crease where the seamount meets sand. It is not having much luck since it is the size of a washing machine. I am perplexed for a moment. I've seen little sea life. My bright glowing letters scare off creatures accustomed to perfect darkness. Then I see the octopus has only 6 arms, 2 less than its title dictates, and its mantle is half crushed, oozing faintly blue liquid into the water. It is dying. Comes from the name of an animal that's got its fur used to make things. No, I'm not going to kill the octopus. Can we save it? I want to save it. The octopus flinches away from my touch, compressing even flatter into the scene that it's trying to fit into. The gills on the side of its head flutter with ragged breathing. I don't think death is going to help here. Can you save the cephalbud? I really want to. We may have to... Okay, good. I didn't want to try it, just in case. A seamount is a mountain rising from the ocean floor that does not reach the water's surface. Seamounts that do not reach the water's surface are what we like to call islands, or seamounts that do. I'm at the base of a seamount that rises to the north. There's a body here, a skeleton mottled with flesh. The body is partially decomposed. I see patches of skull through the scraps of scalp and hair. I find a mode of death among the scraps. The clothing has actually endured better than the flesh. It is wearing a heavy leather jacket with metal studs. In one pocket, I find a packet of web cookies. Tiny cookies shaped like spider webs. What should I do with them? Take them. These are pretty old, and cookies don't travel from site to site very well. They'll probably crumble away if I travel with them. Yay! I eat the web cookies. Delicious, delicious, stateful information. I love the jokes. A ghost is slumped against the seamount, respecting the solidity of the rock wall out of habit rather than necessity. It is a vague, pale silhouette. Its crumpled posture makes it even more difficult to distinguish details. It's holding one of my memories. The ghost is distracted and unresponsive. Remember the taste of minty. So that was taste. Remember the jubilant noise of children laughing. Taste, sound, touch. Sight. Huh. Fresh bread. I finished my litany of sensation. I examined the ghost. Oh well. The ghost lifts its head as I draw near. It's awake enough to have a vague sense of its surroundings. Hello? It murmurs, head turning from side to side, searching vaguely. It cannot yet see me. Me here, my foreign ear. The sounds of welcome near. Who are you? I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? I'm Pisces. Oh, the moon is distant from the sea, and yet with amber hands she leads him be, docile as a boy, along appointed sands. Are you referencing my name? Starfish. Yes, free association. Well done. The ghost seems to be looking vaguely in my direction. What do you want? They left me, sweet, two legacies of love. A heavenly father would content had he the offer of. They left me boundaries of pain capacious as the sea, between eternity and time, their consciousness and me. Two legacies of love, a heavenly father would content had he the offer of. They left me boundaries of pain capacious as the sea, between eternities and time, their consciousness and me. Hey Skoda, what's up? By the way, everyone on the YouTube side, all of the commands now work. I actually went through before we started streaming today and made sure that that was the case. Though a few things are still probably going to be a bit buggy. How did you end up here? All will be well. All manner of things will end in a well. An awful tempest mashed the air. The clouds were gaunt and few. A black as of a spectre's cloak hid heaven and earth from view. It tossed and tossed two little brigs. Tossed and tossed two little brigs I knew. O'ertook by blast they spun and groped delirious for morn. Ah, brigs, good night to crew and you. The ocean's heart too smooth, too blue to break for you. I followed down. I had to. Eventually, Skoda, I will have the feature that allows you to link your account so that you can use your Twitch stuff on YouTube. That one has been lower effort than the offline streaming though, so it'll be a while. I have an idea for the offline stuff and I just want to see if I can make it happen. What is your name? The silhouette of a body contorts with effort. This is a difficult question. Emily? It sags. No. Okay, don't hurt yourself. What can you tell me about the warrior ghost? I gave myself to her. I took herself for pay. And took herself for pay. The solemn contract of a life was ratified this way. Shall I alter when the hills do? Shall she falter when the sun questions if his glory be the perfect one? My worthiness is all my doubt, my merit all my fear, contrasting which my qualities do lowlier appear. That I would insufficient prove for her beloved need is the chiefest apprehension within my loving creed. So I, the undivine abode of her elect content, conform my soul as 'twere a church unto her sacrament. He loved her? And she was his bodyguard, I think. The ghost seems to shake, as if it might come apart at the seams, but it recovers itself just in time. It sits, holding itself and quivering. All right, that's enough. Hold up. Maybe we can wake it up now. Ah, well. Couldn't wake it up. There's a crack in the side of the seamount that I could fit into. Something gleams inside. Too much to brute force. Oh, yeah. I was going off of what I knew about the ghost, so I figured I had enough clues that I might be able to wake it up, but no. The mound lunges at me. It is a squat, horrible creature with eyes on top of its head. It bites into my hand, drawing blood, stealing flesh. The fish wriggles away along the ocean floor, gulping down a piece of me. My fingers tingle with the effect of its venom, but that's more painful than harmful. Okay. I should have used a light. Oh man, that's a lot. Okay. What you up to, Skoda? Prophecy is the alchemical process of throwing rocks into the dark. I've always liked throwing rocks at things, and I don't mind a profession that admits its professionals are charlatans. Now is the alchemical process of converting utter mystery into complete certainty. Hey, there we go. I've discovered a part of the spell Omni. So what does that spell do? Divine a small haiku to hint at what you should be doing next. Gotcha. I'm at the base of a seamount that rises to the north. The area to the east looks very boring and repetitive. I'm guessing that this just doesn't stop. There's a bare skeleton on the ground. This body has been stripped of fabric and flesh, down to the raw bones. There are bite marks on the bones. Plants, seaweeds, and anemones are growing thickly between the ribs. I find a mote of death clinging to the bones. There's a ghost nearby, floating in a mound of sea anemones. The anemones are the most colorful things I've seen on the ocean floor. Sky blue, sunshine yellow, autumn red, rose pink, colors from another world. Ghost of a gardener. The ghost is indistinct, but its movements are surprisingly steady and deliberate for one of the usually disoriented, restless dead. It touches each anemone in turn, a strange sea flower opening in response to the spectral contact. Nestled among the sea flowers, I see one of my memories. Okay. Might be a better idea to actually talk to the ghost first. And no. The ghost's lower body blurs with the anemones, almost as if it is part of them. Its fingers wriggle strangely, boneless like tentacles. Its hair floats through the air, moving of its own accord, tasting the water around. I think this spirit used to be a life sorcerer. They sometimes fuse with the local flora when they die, and sometimes they're even reborn through them. Hello? The ghost pauses in its gardening. Its head drifts from side to side, searching for the source of the noise. Eventually it gives up searching. It waves generally. Who are you? The ghost touches the anemone about it, affectionately, like a mother. What do you want? The ghost touches the anemone about it, but that's not quite enough. It looks straight up. It puts its hands over where its heart would be. It reaches up as if straining towards the surface. It slumps back down and sighs. It consoles itself by petting its anemone. How did you end up here? The ghost points to the south. Huh. What is your name? The ghost shrugs. Doesn't even try. What can you tell me about the poet ghost? The ghost pauses, then floats to a kindly spindly black anemone and strokes it gently. And the warrior ghost? The ghost pauses and floats to a tall, bright purple anemone and strokes it gently. Huh. Eh. I was wondering if black would help, because that was the color of the anemone that it wandered to. No, hurt octopus. There's a darknet here, the size of a tent. It's pinned partially to the side of the seamount and staked into the ground. It looks a little like it's crawling in the mountain. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm definitely feeling like I'm gonna have to start taking notes. I've never seen a darknet used like this. At least, not that I can remember, which isn't saying much. They're usually used to troll, catch things, or filter darkness. This one is literally pitched like a tent. There's no opening, though. No way in. I cast Salvamundi. I summon the glowing letters and press them against the sides of the darknet. The darknet hisses and steams, melting under the focus power of its opposite matter. I'm sure I can burn a hole through the net and get inside, but if I empower my spell with another light matter, I could destroy the darknet entirely. I brand the phrase "Hello World" into the side of the darknet, and then tear the scraps of dimness away until it is a hole I can fit through. Shipwreck, Skyhook Air. It is difficult to see inside the darknet. The element dominates, but I can see enough to make out the sleek, light silver web ships that it conceals. The ship is surrounded by a pile of debris. Web ship parts in the process of being scavenged and sorted through. This used to be a Skyhook Air skimmer model. You can tell by the pomegranate logo engraved in the side. It's small and sleek. The sides taper from flare wings into a spear point of a bow. That spear point is slightly crumpled from the impact with the seamount. This model is fast, but very small and not durable at all. Basically just a cockpit. It will serve if I plan to straight sprint up to the surface, with no exploring along the way. The white chassis is stained and dented, but all of the sensitive machinery is pressed into its hull, which doesn't seem to be breached. Skyhook web ships are are hell to repair. But if the proprietary hull tech is intact, I can just hook up an engine and a sail. I'll need some spare parts to fix the cockpit cover and the keyboard controls. All in all, I would need an engine, a sail, and 8 parts to fix this web ship. We can go and get the USB drive of holding. Hold up. I'd love to scavenge for parts, but I have no way of carrying these bulky things around with me. I need to figure out transport before scavenging. Okay. This is a search engine, a drone constructed for to search and catalog interesting items and places in the web. It will search until its data stores are full, then return to whoever made it and upload what it found. You don't see too many of these in the deep web. They tend to get eaten. The most interesting thing about it, in my eyes, is that it's powered by a quality engine that I could easily repurpose for a web ship. I can see its power cords dangling from its underbelly. If I can disconnect them, it will power down. Okay, first of all, we're gonna go to the Packet Rats shop. And we're going to buy the USB drive of holding. I pay the rat his dark and take my purchase. $10 dark to buy the engine. How much does the sale cost? Another $10 dark. Huh. Okay, we have the USB drive though. That's the important part. Can you kill him? Is this a thing you can do? We do have death now. I'm actually going to take a brief break because I need to eat something real quick. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I came back to this. So, whoops. Well, Arthi, exactly how do I report a bug? The problem is I'm actually not sure what I did. Also, hello, Kegel. For reference, this is a game called Open Sorcery C++. It is a combination of magic and web code. I don't even know if this is really a bug. Oh, okay. Things are fine. So this is... I don't even know how to describe this. This is a text adventure with really good writing and sort of goofiness to it. Yeah, I'll probably have to do a VOD later. Problem is, I think that I did like a backspace or something like that. No, that didn't reproduce it. So I don't know what caused it in the first place. Let's examine the darkness. Let's find the word dark a bunch of times again. So, welcome everyone from Kegel's stream. For those who don't know, Kegel does a lot of Battletech and various other, I want to say, management games. He's good at RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress. Let me shout him out real quick. It's been a while since I've talked to Kegel. The Cool Eagle. How have you been, man? Ah, outward. So we are a lost soul in the network that lies beneath the everything. We're effectively in the underworld. But we're trying to get our memories back so that we can reconnect to our bodies and learn the spells that can help us get our memories back. Yes, I know that we're getting our memories back to get our memories back. The Dyson Sphere was destroyed. Dyson Sphere has destroyed your soul. I heard that there was a Dyson Spheres project game thing that apparently Ferret was very into, but I haven't heard anything else. Also, we're looking for words that are related to darkness. Would you like to help us find them? Because I sure as hell don't know what they are. It's just a word search. Nothing too complicated. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder. I am genuinely somewhat confused here. Because I don't see any darks. They've got to be 4 letters or more. Oh, I see a Joel. He's a pretty dark dude. Onyx is a good one, yeah. Because it's a black stone. Oh, it does re-roll or move things around every time that you get one. Also, anyone from Kegel's stream, if you do not want to stick around, feel free to leave. Honestly, I know that this game is not a lot of people's cup of tea, but if you do decide to stick around, you are in for an experience. Because the writing in this is or at least the writing in the other games that this author has played. And it really is a game that is written more than it is coded. Because there's just a lot of interesting stuff to it. And the longer that you want to dig into it... By the way, Malarthy, how long is a single playthrough of this? I'm wondering if I want to get to like the actual end, or how long I want to do this. Because I'm probably going to do this for a couple of sessions, and then we'll see. Is it like, oh, Boney. You clocked in at 3.5 hours? Jeez, that's a lot longer than the original Open Sorcery was. Oh. Indeed. Ebony. That's also black. Sis. Yeah, we'll get a new perspective. Once we get through this, we're trying to awaken a bunch of ghosts. Pitch. There we are. I have completely picked through this area. There's nothing more useful to find. Ooh, what's this? Coral forest. Something glows faintly just beyond the reach of my light. I'm not doing that. We're going to cast a spell. I cast Salvamundi. I summon the glowing letters. They light up the coral forest, chase away the fish, and reveal the nature of the strange glowing letters. I see the angler fish a moment before it strikes. Damn it! The glowing letters bob suddenly. A black maw filled with needle teeth, lunges from the darkness. I pull back, but it catches my arm, biting cruelly. I kick off from it, and swim away north as fast as I can. It doesn't follow. I make it to safety outside of the coral forest. I hold my arm until it stops bleeding. Shit. Anglerfish. Right. Be careful of the anglerfish. Lophelia, a genus of cold water coral. The letters are like mine, but crudely formed. Like they weren't written, but grown. The letters read, "You may have already won." The letters are coming through. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we only have a limited amount of time. Enter the forest. Nope. I think I might lose. Well, we're at 6 health now. Dying octopus, can I help you? Wait. What's this? Oh. I have more HP than you actually need. We'll be fine. Surely. Okay, so that's Seamount. Is there... Let's enter the dark net, and we're going to Examine the web ship. Can I search it? I climb into the ship. It's basically just a cockpit studded with compartments. The seat is set up with for someone much taller than me. There are a number of storage cabinets, a coffee machine, and a mini fridge built into the back wall. Open the fridge. Inside the tiny refrigerator is a whole rotisserie chicken that is rotted in its container down to the bones and gelatin. There is also a sealed Tupperware of desiccated salad. There is a purple post-it on it. M. Chicken and Tic Tacs aren't dinner. Love. C. This is a rather expensive-looking coffee machine. Many of the parts have been removed, but there's still a filter full of ground beans that smell both strong and rotten. Not Thursday. It'll be Saturday will be the next one. Because tomorrow's Oblivion mod roulette. Friday is my dev day. Yeah. And I'm not streaming on Wednesday and Thursday. Spiritual coffee. There are a number of storage cabinets, a coffee machine, and a mini fridge built into the back wall. Can we search the cabinets? The first cabinet contains sewing supplies. This cabinet contains a half-repaired purple blouse and an incomplete patchwork rabbit made entirely out of scraps of lavender cloth. This cabinet contains clothes, blouses, jeans, and a spare cloak. This cabinet contains a whetstone, oil, Renaissance wax, and paper towels. This cabinet contains a stack of sewing plans. I discover a plan for sewing a web sail. This could be useful. I take it. This cabinet contains a cube of solid gray order motive. Take it. I touch the cube of pure, stable order and absorb it into my body. This cabinet contains a stack of music CDs. Everything from Ida to Wicked. There's a lot of cabinets in here. Okay. The dashboard is a complex and half-stripped series of controls, most of which are useless until the ship is repaired. There's a music CD half out of the player. The glove compartment is stuck half opened. There are 2 tiny dolls on the dashboard. These dolls are clearly handmade. Their faces are embroidered and they have tiny outfits. One is sewn of white cotton and has a tiny hand-stitched leather jacket. One is made of muslin. It has a tiny dress of patterned flowers. The dashboard is a complex and half-stripped series of controls, most of which are useless until the ship is repaired. Mana La Mancha. The glove compartment is stuck half open. The glove compartment is entirely full of orange Tic Tacs. The dashboard is a complex, right? There are 2 tiny dolls on the dashboard. I think we've already seen this. Wait, I saw one of the dolls. Okay, no, we're good. I think we can leave. I searched the debris for useful parts. The darknet makes it hard to see, and I'm sure I'm missing half of what's here. Debris. Ah. Hmm. And piping. Okay. We can completely destroy the darknet if we want. But that costs 1 light and we don't have 1 light. Base of the seamount. Long, sharp shapes cut through the water to the west. Sharks. Those are sharks. Sharks the size of Buicks. I'm at the base of a seamount. Okay, so we're not going west. Black. There's one. We need this dark as money. Because apparently you can... somber. That's 2. Gloom. Nice. Yeah, we're not going to mess with those sharks. There's more darkness. Need to find a way to get more health too. Umbra. Bull. Loop. Dr. Boom. Oh, also Gloom. There we are. Well, we're getting a decent chunk of dark at this point. How many webship parts do I have? We need 5. Or we need like 8, I think. How much dark? 7. We could buy a few more. Oh. There's also the crappy webship engine. I think because I took the shard from the Selkie, I'm not considered worthy by that sword. See if we can't revive this guy. I think I need specific things. Oh, wait, hydrothermal vents, you say? Pillars of rock stand here, belching black smoke into the air. Everything smells like sulfur. These are hydrothermal vents, black smokers, which are the only vents found this deep. In the real ocean, these are located between tectonic plates, where the mantle of the planet bubbles up hot and boils the seawater. In the C++, they crop up over dense supplies of fire matter. I swim up to the narrow top of the smoke vent. I start to reach into the mouth to collect the fire matter inside. It is far too hot. I could maybe get a little, but I would hurt myself. Don't. It's not worth it right now. I'm too weak. Just make the hole. I brand the phrase "Hello World" into the side of the darknet, then tear the scraps of dimness away until it is a hole I can fit through. It is difficult to see inside the darknet. The element dominates, but I can see enough to make out a sturdy-looking black web ship. The ship is surrounded by a pile of debris, web ship parts in the process of being scavenged and sorted through. The wreck used to be a Linasus medium schooner. A mat of seaweeds grows around its sides, but the black frame looks intact. Linasus models are good, all-purpose vehicles. Reasonable speeds, cabins large enough to live in for extended journeys. This one has an ugly gash on its side. That's probably what downed it. "12 parts. Jeez. An engine, a sail, and 12 parts. That's not going to be cheap. Linasus models are easy to repair, but I'll need a lot of parts to patch up the gash that sunk this one. It also needs a sail and an engine. Those have been stripped. I enter the ship. The Linasus has a cockpit and a cabin. Both have been painted rose pink. The cockpit has been stripped down to wiring. There's nothing of interest here, except a scratched decal on the windshield, the silhouette of a bumblebee. The cabin is lined with pots, all filled with dead plants. I find a mote of earth in one of the pots. An iron teapot sits on the table. The dregs of ancient tea coat the bottom of the pot. It smells intensely of mint. Huh. Mint, you say? A bumblebee. I think that these ships correspond to the ghosts. With this one being the poets. Because this is the black one. Let's examine the debris for parts. Oh, sprocket. For some reason, the webship parts are easy to find. Probably because they're very long words. Hard to say. Ah, Bobo. How many of these do I have now? A plan for sewing a web sail. So I've got 8. I need 12. We know where to get an engine, but we don't know where to get a web sail. So this is the poet's ghost. Let's try to revive you. Mint tea. Comforting sound of buzzing bees. Ah, I think I have to get all of those correct. That's definitely the right ghost, though. Hold up. Somewhere around here. If I can... Oh. Just make the hole. I brand the phrase "Hello World" into the side of the darknet. Shipwreck, heavy debugger. It is difficult to see inside the darknet. The element dominates. But I can see enough to make out a huge square brick of a web ship, sitting dangerously close to the cliff edge. The ship is surrounded by piles of debris, web ship parts in the process of being scavenged and sorted through. Let's grab those real quick. And plating. Oh, there's one more part. Okay. A gear, maybe? Wow. With that, we can repair the other ship. This barnacle-covered brick is a UFO-wear heavy debugger. This tank of a web ship is heavily fortified. It's not fast, but generally doesn't need to be. It can take a beating. The debugger's hole is large and my steps echo queerly on the metal floor. There are 3 rooms in the ship: the storage area, the cabin, and the cockpit. The storage area is almost completely empty. Whatever this ship was transporting was taken by whoever stripped it of parts. There's a squat refrigerator in the corner, too heavy to scavenge. Inside the refrigerator is a sealed Tupperware of desiccated salad. There's a post-it on it. Pop-Tarts are not dinner, love. See. Huh. Pink for him. I mean, Pop-Tarts could be dinner, though. Depending on how you looked at things. A stock of books slumps haphazardly against the wall. All poetry. Mostly E. Cummings and Emily Dickinson. Apparently not valuable enough to loot. Next to the book is a similar stack of CD jewel cases. All of the jewel cases are labeled. Second series by Edmund Graves. The cover art is a skeletal bird wreathed in black daffodils. Clutched in its talons is a long parchment with the tagline, "Hope is the thing with feathers." It's terrible as fuck. Elsa, what are you doing? You coming down to say hi? I don't know why Elsa sits like she does. Hold on. Scritchy scritch cat. Scritchy scritch. Goofy kidder. I need to get her some new toys. Alright. Next to the book is a smaller... Right, we already saw this. So Pop-Tarts is not pink, and this was a pink post-it. C. I haven't figured out... Oh, this is the... Right. E. The poet said that their name started with E. Let's see. Let's explore the storage area. Oh wait, we already did that. Explore the cabin. A small sleeping quarters. There's a bed in the corner, built into the wall. Empty silver wrappers litter the floor. Pop-Tarts. A multitude of different kinds of Pop-Tarts. There are posters taped to the wall. Metallica, Black Sabbath, and the Reduced Shakespeare Company. Maybe this is the, wow, maybe this is the poet. It's a very nice guitar. I feel sorry for whoever lost it. Because of this, and because, you know, they're likely dead. A small sleeping quarters. Look under the bed. Nothing under the bed. Let's search elsewhere. Let's take a look at the cockpit. The cockpit is roomy and has 2 chairs, meant for a pilot and a co-pilot. Most of the controls are gone, but impossibly the stereo system still seems to be working. Hauntingly distorted guitars screech out of the speakers. Someone screams the lyrics. "No rat can torture me! My soul's at liberty! Behind this mortal bone, there knits a bolder one!" I turn it off quickly. That's very loud. Apologies for anyone that I scared with that. The cock... I think we're good to go. We're gonna leave the ship. This isn't the poets, right? What color is the web ship? So Pop-Tarts were a thing here. Wait, what? Important. The shattered remains of one of my memories decorates the sand. I start picking up the pieces. As I do, I notice they have all fallen in a very particular way. They form a shape. That's interesting. Okay. Is that kanji? I don't know what that symbol means, but as I look at it, dread settles cold in my gut. My right leg aches. I finish gathering the pieces quickly and put them back together. An innumerable... hold up. I think this is correct. Tarot cards, tea leaves, crystal balls and tortoise neck bones, Celtic runes and dove entrails. Humans are terrible at predicting the future. So is magic. Prophecy is a chump's game because of free will, infinite possibility, and innumerable variables. No one really knows why. It's just hard. That's another one. Maybe this isn't the poets. Hold up. This is a Linasus medium schooner. Because the other one... There's the warrior's corpse, and the warrior's corpse is pretty easy to figure out because it's still got its sword. But the poet may be the one with the leather. This one. Let's try to revive you again. Do we have enough? Actually, let's stop reviving the ghost real quick, and we're going to talk to it. Do you know anything about the gardening ghost? If she can stop one heart from breaking, she shall not live in vain. If she can ease one life from aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin into his nest again, she shall not live in... The ghost begins to weep. Okay, so we need to figure out Pop-Tarts. Something I've said is... Oh, there we go. We got something. Smooth wood and the distant dig of guitar strings on calluses. Remember the sight of... Remember the smell of... Okay, we've got something here. New books. It responded to many of my descriptions, but some things weren't familiar enough to stir it. Okay, I think I was on the right path there. Leather. It responded strongly to my words, but something was off. Okay, we're close. I just need to figure out what the wrong one is. Is it the color? It might be the color. There we go. I finish my litany of sensation. I examine the ghost. It is waking up. He ate and drank the precious words. His spirit grew robust. He knew no more that he was poor, nor that his frame was dust. The ghost is transformed from a vague white silhouette into a slender, pale man wearing a leather jacket. His face is studded with piercings and etched with weary sadness. He's looking directly at me. He smiles very slightly. What is it that you want? They left me sweet two legacies of love. In this boundary, time, cruel master, capacious as the sea, is drawn for all eternity between those two and me. The ghost wavers. He seems about to cry again, but stops himself. It is fine. Life is but life, and death is but death. There is poetry and tragedy. Please bring me, please, my instrument. I'll make my music out of pain. I have that. Give him the guitar. I offer the guitar to the poet. He takes it. He cannot take it. It is enough a part of him that his ghostly fingertips can grip the wood. Oh, sorry, he can take it. It is enough a part of him that his ghostly fingertips can grip the wood and strum the metal strings. He begins to play. There are no words. The only poetry is music, but the meaning is clear. It is a song about love and loss. 3 souls who tumble down the well of the sea, one after another. Joy and togetherness, pain and separation. Pain sharpens joy. Joy deepens pain. The ending does not define the story. Everything runs together. When he is done, he vanishes, and the guitar floats slowly to the sand. It thrums in my hand as I pick it up, an enchanted instrument that will only ever play one song. But that song has great power. On the ground besides the guitar is my memory. I take that as well. Elsa, no. What are you doing? Hold up. Cat's doing something bad. Oh, no. She's decided that she wants to stop now. I still need more pieces to complete this dream. Okay, so I think that I may have sent him off a little bit too early. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's necromancy. It just said... I don't think I got any of that right. Oh, something I had said was correct. Okay, so I got a few. We're getting closer. I'm gonna visit the gardener. Gardener's around here somewhere, god damn it. There's the ghost of the warrior. We're going to search the ship again. Half-repaired purple blouse with an incomplete patchwork rabbit made entirely of scraps of lavender cloth. Lavender. Oh, we've got a color there. Okay, the whetstone I think is the hint that this is the warriors. Else is being a brat. Okay, search the next cabinet. This one's empty because we already took something. Oh, what was on the music CDs? Everything from Ada to Wicked. And the coffee machine. There's the smell. And the fridge. Chicken and Tic Tacs. Okay. Hey, there's the search engine we were looking for. Can we wrestle it? I try to subdue the search engine with physical force. It catches me easily with its spider legs, picks me up, and sets me down on the sand a few feet away. Darn. We might need that sword. Yeah, I'm thinking the sword is probably what what I need. There's the gardener. No. But I haven't figured out how to heal it. Mint tea. Comforting buzz of bees. Hey, there we go. Cephalopod. Elsa's being a brat. I don't know the color for the gardener, I don't think. Smell of mint. Hey, Ghost? Who are you? Okay, so she's the mom. Yep. Bright purple. We kind of figured purple because the warrior has all of the various purples in her. I don't know if it's a her. It might be a her. In their ship. And what is your name? Okay. And what do you want? Okay. I might need to take a look at this ghost thing again. I think that this one ended up being in love. Hey, Mr. Octopus. I will not give false comfort even to octopuses. Elsa? Hold up. There's a cat. Oh. You can go with a minor hint. Reminder, we are at 6 HP, so I don't know if we can get fire with our HP total. Off you go. Help the gardener, and then I can help the cephalobud. Okay. I think I know how to help the gardener. I just need to look at her ship again. I also need to find... This would be easier. There's the search engine. Let's talk to this ghost. You know anything about the gardener? The ghost's entire body seems to soften into a blur, then harden. It wheels around as if desperately looking for something, but it seems to lose track of what it was doing. Gotcha. The relationship between these three is interesting. You were M. This is the gardener's boat. Cockpit has been stripped down to wiring. There's nothing of interest here except a scratch decal. This is the Bumblebee. Yep. Iron teapot. mint tea. There really is just nothing here. We know the least about the gardener. I don't know color-wise who the gardener is. Okay, so that was like, I think about 3 of them. 3 out of 5 is not too bad. Tell me how to find the color. Unless it's rose pink. It could be rose pink. Green? Forest green? Okay, sweet. Alright, cool. The ghost blinks. She laughs. She plunges her arm into the mound of anemones. The mound grows, rolling up out of the ground in a riot of color. The ghost, this sorcerer, grows herself a new body. I see a skeleton form of coral, quickly covered by kelp flesh. She grows herself soft coral skin and anemone fingers. Seaweed hair flows down her back, and she blinks red algae eyelashes over pearl eyes. Motes of life flow out from her. That was impressive. She nods in agreement. She tries to say something, but it only comes out as gurgling and the sound of rustling plants. She shrugs. Something to work on. The ghost of the gardener has transformed itself into a sort of plant monster. The plant woman has soft coral skin and anemone fingers. Seaweed hair flows down her back, and she blinks red algae eyelashes over pearl eyes. She looks at me. What is it that you want? The plant woman breaks a stick of coral off her waist and draws in the sand. I am fine. Find Edmund and Marion. Make sure okay. As she motions towards my memory, sitting in her garden, as if inviting me to take it. The plant woman, okay, so I guess I'll just take it then. I reach into the garden of anemones and take the memory. The plant woman nods companionably to me. She clearly doesn't need it anymore. Okay, but which one? Select omens from dbo.prophecy. Join dbo.apocalypse on apocalypse.id equals prophecy.id, where apocalypse.type equals singularity, and prophecy.certainty is greater than 90%. Yeah, I should not have given the ghost of the poet his guitar yet. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, where's the other ghost? Hello. I think I know enough about this one to raise it. Because it's chicken and Tic Tacs for the first one. Children laughing. Lavender, royal purple. Okay, I missed one. Strong coffee, fresh bread, new books. Strong coffee. Yeah, I missed one. If I gotten it right by the time that we got the second hint on how well we were doing, it would have been is mostly awake. That gives me a bit of an idea of where. Chicken and Tic Tacs. Chicken and waffles. So these two are for the other ghosts, which means it's one of these three. I still think that the jubilant noise of children laughing. Let's try this. This one is correct. Aha! There we go. Strong coffee. I am. The ghost has transformed from a vague white silhouette into a tall, imposing woman wielding a sword and wearing a white cloak. Her hair is fiery red. It blends with the blood still forever leaking from her head wound. She is looking directly at me. She nods. What is it that you want? She still seems to have trouble forming sentences. She also seems torn. She looks at her sword in one hand. She clutches my memory over her heart with the other. Vengeance or love? Classic question. Or the ghost is sorry. Reunite her with the gardener. I lead the warrior to the gardener. They are clearly happy to see each other. The warrior touches her face with clear affection unmarred by transformation. The gardener runs strange and enemy fingers through spectral hair, making distressed, rustling noises on the ever-bleeding wound. They are not at peace, though, and eventually, inevitably, the warrior is dragged back to her corpse. Shit. I don't think we have a choice at this point. I've already let the other one go. I lead the warrior away from her deathbed. We follow the path of least resistance. We reach the coral forest where an angler fish lurks among the bone-like plants. The fish lunges at us. The warrior's sword flashes. Its death is almost anticlimactic. The warrior steps over the fish and kneels to ensure it's dead. She returns to me and hands me its lure. Oh, goody. Then she hands me my memory, and she fades away. Huh. We actually have to write some code. We can't have returns as the first line. Select omens from... Okay, I see. Yeah. Neat. A genus of cold water coral. What an uninterestingly specific thing for me to know. They're useful components in necromancy. Bone substitute. As I walk into the coral forest, I notice that its bone-white trees are developing some foliage. They are hung with webs of spider silk. I walk deeper and I catch glimpses of the decorators. Pale pink chitinous creatures. They look like pink coral brought to life. The den of the coral spiders. In the center of the forest, I find 3 outcrops of coral hung with thick netting of impossibly intricate webs. The pale pink coral spiders watch me curiously from their home. I examine the webbing and find meaning in it. There are line art drawings stitched out of silk, schools of fish, the angler in its lair, a dark cave, a falling figure. I've found a colony of artists. Or perhaps not artists, record keepers. None of this stuff is original. They're just mimicking what they see. Huh. Each coral spider is about the size of a house cat. I count at least 10 that I can see. It's hard to keep track of them as they scuttle in and out of the thick webs. They watch me, curiously, unafraid. Use a matter or motive. I don't use the mote. I simply show it to them. The coral spiders examine the mote of power. They start spinning rapidly. They spin small lumps into their webs, the shape and size of the motes. I gather all of the web-spun motes, picking them like blackberries out of the spider webs. I end up with a sizable pile. Gained web motes. They are shaped like motes, but clearly spun of webbing. What else can we do? The coral spiders examine the plan for a web sail. They start making chittering noises. They summon more spiders from within the web. They climb over each other, peering again and again at the plans with their many eyes. Eventually, one of them takes it. They start spinning rapidly. When they are done, there is a complete web sail, made entirely of spider silk hanging from 2 pieces of coral. I watch them carefully as I try to take it. They don't stop me. Neat. At the center of the forest, I find 3 outcrops of coral hung with thick nettings of impossibly intricate webs. Anything else that I can show them? I try to communicate with the spiders, but quickly give up. They stare at me, unresponsive. It's a touch creepy. See what they do with this. The coral spiders examine the guitar. They start spinning rapidly. Motifs of 6 straight strings appear all over their webs. Neat. I guess that's all we can do with them. I gotta go help the octopus now. Use a matter or motive. We're gonna give it some life. I put my hands on the octopus' pale white mantle. I push the will to live directly in its head. The octopus shivers. I watch the octopus for a little while. I didn't cast a magic spell, so there's no miracle reconstruction of flesh or sudden sprouting of new arms. This is a skill I regret not having. I suspect from my regret that there's a reason I never will. Eventually, the octopus detaches itself from the sea mountainside and plops onto the sand. Its gills flutter evenly. The will to live is a powerful thing. I am at the base of a seamount. Greet the octopus. I wave at the octopus. The octopus regards me for a while. Then it imitates my motion with one of its tentacles. I'm unreasonably pleased by this. I check the octopus wounds. Its mantle is still damaged, but it isn't bleeding anymore. It has 6 arms and 2 stumps. The stumps ooze a little. I pet the octopus. Its skin is like slimy velvet. It pets me back, suckers curling around my wrists and arms. Oh, So, I don't know if anyone knows this, but octopuses actually really like grabbing things. And if they are very friendly with you, they will frequently just sucker onto your arms a lot. It's kind of funny. Come on. I swim a few strokes away and turn. I clap my hands, pat the sand and whistle. It takes no time at all for the octopus to catch on. It ambles after me. Clever fellow. All right. Encourage the octopus to take the sword. The octopus wraps a tentacle around the hilt, but then flinches back. Pity. That would have been amazing. Figured it was worth a shot. Where is... Oh, wait, Silky? Is there a place with a great deal of dark? Perhaps a dangerous one that you've been unable to reach? No. I have searched many places for dark. There's no secret black treasure. You'll never find that much true dark. Well, I tried. There's the warrior. There's the tiny whirlpool. We don't go west. God. Oh, there's the search engine. Here we are. Oh, also, inventory. Spells. Compile. Do I cast... Hold up. I try to subdue the search engine with physical floors. It catches me easily with its spider legs. The octopus immediately imitates me and attempts to grapple the search engine. It has much better luck, and more arms. While the search engine twitches like a cock crab in the octopus grasp, I swim forward and yank out the cable connecting its brain to the engine. It goes limp. The octopus seems a little disappointed. I detach the engine from the frame. I upload it into my USB drive of holding. I've gained the search engine. I can now repair my own ship. Examine the web ship. Repair the web ship. Fix the ship. I rig up the sails and draw them taut. I nest the engine inside the hood and hook it into place. I patch it over the ugly scratch in the side with my spare parts. I close the cabin door and sit down in the cockpit. I press the power button. The web ship hums to life around me. I gun the short burst engine. As I take off, I incinerate the dark net around the ship and, unfortunately, the remaining scrap. As in most web ships, these engines are steam-powered. Fueled by enjoyment, excitement, and frustration derived from playing video games. I look at the library of games loaded onto this ship. There's only one game, and it's solitaire. Play solitaire, I guess. You've never seen this, Snuggie? You've never ever heard of this game that only just came out today? This is a text adventure, if it wasn't obvious. It's also very good. I start playing. The short burst engines flare to life with new fuel. I lift off from the abyssal plain. The black sand swirls. Water is one of the most investigated of all chemicals, but it is still the least understood. Nothing is as complex as in its behavior. Seems like your morning breakfast. You know, the puns actually make a lot of sense in this game. Everything's steam-powered. I rise into the dim waters of the deep web. I shut off the short burst engines and close my game. I float free, buffeted lightly by the errant chunks of emotion. I feel a faint pull upwards, my body drawing me back towards it. Straight up is the path of least resistance. I can use my connection to my body as a line to draw my ship upwards. But if I go straight up, I won't recover all of my memories. I'll need matter and motive to power the ship if I want to explore. Quality engines and sails will make traveling easier. I take readings of the surrounding waters. I detect currents that link me to 4 nearby IP addresses. Time to choose. I consider where to go. Huh. Alright. It is indeed a Steam game. Let's go ahead and save. And I think I'm going to wrap it up for there. We will come back to this on Saturday. Yeah. Tomorrow is the Oblivion mod roulette, and the next time I'm streaming after that is Friday, and I'll be streaming some dev stuff. Anyway, I thank everyone who has stuck around for this. I'm actually kind of amazed by how many people are showing up. I'm really enjoying this, and I look forward to playing it again. I am also totally going to be thanking Abigail again for making this game. So, anyway, thank you to my Patreon supporters, 10 Ace Games, Slime Hunter, Walks with Gorillas, my dad, Kremlin Kev, Desalona, Miss Mango Plays, and NBFF. If you would like to end up on this list, all you have to do is support me on Patreon. And supporting on Patreon comes with a couple of other perks as well, such as being able to have active roles in the stream, specifically during events. Anyway, I think we will go ahead and find someone to raid. And who's live right now? I'm gonna refresh just to make sure that that's actually an accurate list. Steam has, or not Steam, this game, or Twitch has a very bad habit of telling me lies. We are going to go ahead and raid Forsaken Ferret because he is streaming some Mass Effect 2. All right. Good night, everyone.